Oh, snap. Hello. Hi. Welcome to the Rehash. It's the leftovers edition. I'm your host, Tookie Kavanaugh. It's me. It's my giant forehead and some hair on top of my giant forehead. It's a time. Welcome. Happy day after the white man's holiday day. Shout out to all the indigenous people. Anyway, welcome. I'm here with my co-host, David. David! David!
Oh, hey.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, well, I just shut off in between these shows. So
Right.
thanks for waking me up.
Did you did you eat? Did you not eat?
No, was there something this week?
No, it's fine. It's not important.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. I think if I celebrated Thanksgiving, we would demonstrate that I have learned nothing from this show.
After all that we've been through.
I know. Yeah.
Through the run of this show. My goodness. All right. Hello. Oh my gosh, the chat is here. Tina's here. Brett's here. HR is waiting in the wing to cancel us at any moment. We have to be on our best behavior.
Yep. Well, I mean, why is our HR saying ew? What did I do that's gross? Come on.
You know what you did.
The finger's on the button. It is. It's always on the button.
It's always on the button. It's always on the button. Do I mention to new viewers what put us on HR's radar in the first place?
I think bringing it up will get the show canceled. So
fair enough. That's fair.
Let's let them speculate wildly.
That's fair. This is very fair. This is very fair. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get into it. David, do you have a story for our viewers this week?
I do. So, hey, Rehash viewers.
Okay. Ooh, should I let them know?
Sure.
We usually introduce it. So David and I go way back, like way back. And we are both stand-up comics, and we've toured together and done a bunch of shows. But as well as we've known each other over the past like 5 years, 4 or 5 years, I'd say, we don't know every story about each other. So every week we like to kick it off with a little something that we've maybe never heard from one another before. David.
Yeah. I have I talked a lot about when I lived in Alaska?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So I when I was a kid, I spent most of elementary school in Alaska, Kodiak, Alaska, Kodiak Island, just off the southern coast. My dad was on the Coast Guard, and I don't know. There wasn't a specific thing that happened, but I remember what people might find interesting. Frequently, I remember one specific. Bears would get on the playground at my school a lot, and we'd have to cancel recess because don't go out with bears.
Damn.
Which is why actually when Betsy DeVos, she said that insane thing about schools having.
Thank God she's about to be out of work.
I know, thank God. But when she said that insane thing about how schools should have guns to protect against bears, I was like, I'm pretty sure we did.
I mean, that's like very You know what? I almost had an encounter with some bears because white people. So because it's always, I don't know, viewers, I don't know if you know, I'm kind of a bigot. It's a thing. My dad's Jewish, it's fine. So anyway.
It's always fun with you.
It's fine. So one of my best friends from college was getting married, and I was a bridesmaid, and the bachelorette weekend, I do a whole bit on this on stage. So the bachelorette weekend was in Vermont, and her older sister, who's really cool, but she's very much one of those type A kind of, how do I explain this? How do I explain it without making her sound, because she's just very type A, very involved, very much like down to the letter.
Sure.
But also,
was she what they call a bridezilla?
She wasn't at her own wedding.
Okay.
But it was, oh, thank you, Tina, for loving the bigotry. Anyway.
We sure do.
Yes. Yeah. So my friend didn't have to hire a wedding planner because her sister planned it down to the letter. You know what I'm saying? But also, I love her sister to death, but she has also a lot of live, laugh, love energy. You know what I mean? Like that placard in someone's house.
Triple L.
So like, because we're in Vermont and we're gonna get into it and get in touch with nature with our lattes. I mean, like we're in bridesmaids in Vermont, but also we had a crate of canned Prosecco. It was that kind of
Prosecco.
Canned Prosecco. You know, from around.
Proseccan.
Proseccan.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact brand name, but it was a lot. So, okay, so she has the older sister has the idea to go hiking in the morning. All of the bridesmaids, me and 14 other white women, going hiking at like the ass crack of dawn in the middle of Vermont in I don't know where. And as we're on the hike, you know, she's doing like her, she like, you know, selfie and all that. And we're walking through the woods and we spot a baby bear. And that's when I turned around and went back to the cabin because I'm like, listen, where there is baby bear, there is mother bear.
Oh, yeah.
And my black ass is not about to get mauled in the middle of Vermont. Like, that's not what my ancestors died for. So that's the closest bear encounter that I've had.
You might have been the first.
I don't want to be that kind of pioneer.
I mean, it would have been a first at least, but with that, we did learn that, like, baby, because obviously the mom's going to come protecting. And what we learned, because it's Alaska, and we would just see bears all the time. And we could not play in the woods because they were fucking there. Like,
that's their house.
Oh yeah, like you would be mowing the lawn and there's just bears, like, and like they had their territory, we had ours. So like they're just in the woods, like, hey, like don't come over here. And we're like, all right, good, we won't. But yeah, we had a tsunami once too.
In Alaska?
Yeah, because we were on an island off the southern coast, and we all had the entire Coast Guard base had to hole up in the gym for 2 days.
My God, that's awful.
Yeah, it was. I remember it being fun, but obviously, I mean, because the town was like 100 of us, so like we were just like there. But yeah, I think I look like somebody who lived in Alaska for an extended time.
You look like someone who's had recess canceled because of bears, not necessarily specific to your location.
Right. I've had many things canceled because of bears. Let's be honest.
David, shall we get into the movie?
Yeah, why not?
Oh my gosh. Oh, some of our beloved viewers actually sat through this week's Bad Film of the Week, the BFOTW.
Yeah.
Which is cinematic gem, a masterpiece, I tell you.
The whole.
Oh my God, it's Doug Fitzgerald.
Hey, Doug Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Yes, cinematic masterpiece, Killer Bean Forever.
No, come on. It looks like it was made on a Nintendo 64.
First of all, freaking all, it was made by Jeff Liu, who is a Hollywood animator, and he did it to help perfect his animation skills. And he's worked on films such as The Matrix. The entire movie was animated by just him.
See, that's really, really impressive. It really is. It is. But I'm like, dude, you could have been doing anything else. I don't know. Like, does he have this on his resume? I
think so, probably. And there's now a new series out for Killer Bean.
Series.
Yes. Okay. Now the only thing that I side-eyed at, because it's an impressive feat to edit and animate a whole 90-minute movie by yourself.
It is.
Yeah. He got the rest of the voice actors off Craigslist.
Oh yeah, so you mean the guy who played the Asian stereotype really was somebody from Craigslist?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure, because the guy who created and animated it is Asian. He might have voiced Jet Bean, model
Jet Bean. That's who it was,
of course.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if it was him, he really leaned into the Asianness of it all, because it very much, I'm going to get canceled for like even repeating this, but you know, in Lady and the Tramp, the Disney movie.
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember the Siamese cats?
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, you know, white people voice those characters, but it was very much, if you listen closely, you will hear them say, please, and to all my Asian friends, please forgive me. It's not, don't be mad at me, be mad at Disney. Because you can hear the actors say, we are Siamese if you please. So it's very much that energy when it came to voicing Jet Bean.
I think it really, like, as horrible and whitewashed, Hollywood is, it really seems like voice roles, it's still pretty bad.
It's really bad. It's really, really bad. They have Jet Bean, the Asian Bean. They have oh my gosh, what was Dark Bean? Black?
Dark, it's a Shadow Bean. There's Dark Bean. Oh yeah.
Bean.
Yeah. It's not, it's very reflective. HR and I play World of Warcraft, and there was an expansion called Mists of Pandaria, which is supposed to be their version of China, and all the Chinese voices are pretty much done by white people. It's still pretty bad. It is.
Damn it.
Not great.
Damn it.
So Killer Bean Forever is a reflection on modern. Although, what was it, 2009?
Yeah. 09, I want to say, but it's in 4K, so you can't be that mad.
It doesn't look, like I said, it looks like it's like a really clear, crisp, big pile of shit. And honestly, Tookie, at one point, we've talked about this because it's the whole show, and it's the crux of the show, and I enjoy these to a point. Like I even said watching Loquisha, I was like invigorated by how angry I was.
Yeah. Halfway
through Killer Bean Forever, I just had the thought, like, Tookie's making me do this. It's like, God forbid something were to happen and I'm speaking at your funeral and this was the last thing we ever worked on together. I'd be like, Tookie fucking made
I mean, it might be, given that I did an impression of a white person doing impressions of a Siamese person for the sake of a Disney cat. So I might be canceled.
Just don't go back up to Vermont, really, is what I'm saying.
I might be canceled after this episode. Like, someone's going to dig this up and be like, she hates Asian. I don't.
We don't.
We don't.
Right. This is a show of love.
It absolutely is. I'm trying to point out the error in Disney's ways.
You're right. Exactly. Disney. Yeah. Disney. What company bats 1,000 more than Disney? You know what I'm saying? I actually had a quick thing I wanted to show, if that's okay.
Okay.
So there's a very specific point in this movie, and the whole movie is on YouTube.
Yes.
For those who
free to watch.
Yeah, who really don't know how to spend 90 minutes, you can do that. Matt, if you could bring up the movie and show, I'm gonna fill time here while this comes up.
Well, okay.
Okay, here we are.
Never mind.
Okay, so if we back up to 0 there, Matt. All right, so I'm going to tell you the exact point in which I knew this movie was going to suck. All right, go ahead. Right here is when I knew it was going to suck.
Stop.
Right here. They don't even have a fuck Killer Bean Studios. They didn't start a studio to do this.
I mean, we're in a studio.
We're on 2MB Studios.
They do good work.
They do.
Like, follow, and subscribe, and share to all your friends. So let's also talk about the other problematic character, the Cholo Beans.
Oh,
like
yeah,
a very thick Mexican accented bean who's like a drug lord.
Cappuccino.
But like he's Al Pacino. Get it? Cappuccino, Al Pacino.
Oh God, I did not until just now. Fuck that.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I'm trying to help you out.
No, you really are. So Cappuccino, and then who was his bodyguard enforcer guy? Was that Dark Bean? That his name was not Dark. It was Dark Bean.
I think it was Dark Bean, yeah.
Both of them, no. So specifically Cappuccino, he sounded like the Craigslist thing makes an ungodly amount of sense because it seriously sounds like it's a white guy, and he's constantly switching between doing a black stereotype voice and a cholo, his like stereotype voice. It's switching. Like he sounds like Ving Rhames Diaz or something. I don't know what the fuck he's trying to do.
We don't know. We don't know. I mean, but did you appreciate the epic storytelling?
You mean a 20-minute gunfight and then just two characters spewing exposition at each other for 20 minutes? The whole movie could have happened in 6 minutes. The entire movie. Like 45 minutes have passed and they're like, remember this morning when the start of the movie? And I was like, this is only one day? This is all happening in one day? It feels so much longer than that.
Okay, so I just want you to know that this movie is building on a 3-part series, right? That over the next 3 weeks, this is
right.
for our viewers. We are building on the theme of the joy of dance, because this movie opens with a very elaborate breakdancing sequence in a warehouse.
It does. Why did they give them leg things but not fucking pants? It's really weird how all of these fucking beans wear like tube socks up to their crotch and then just naked butt bean. Why? It's really, really confusing to me.
David, that's the joke.
The goggles do nothing. They don't. It doesn't help.
Yeah. So, HR says it's not a good joke.
HR is so critical.
We've earned it, honestly. Yeah. So a 3-part series building on a theme of the joy of dance, because this movie opens up with an elaborate dance sequence, a bunch of dancing beans in a warehouse. They were Mexican coffee beans, apparently, or maybe Colombian or something, but like very heavily stereotyped Latin accent. And of course, Cappuccino's nephew is murdered, spoiler, at the beginning, at the opening sequence, because he wouldn't turn down the music at the warehouse for his breakdance party. And and of course, when lamenting, shots.
We're gonna cover pants animation in one day.
So when Cappuccino is lamenting the death of his nephew, he said, "I told my nephew, should I do the? I'm not going to do the voice. I've already done enough damage. With Siamese cats, I've done way too much damage." Yeah. So he goes, I told my nephew I would buy you your own nightclub and let you sell my drugs out of it, because he's a big drug kingpin.
Right, he is.
There's some choice dialogue in this film, David.
It's really like, and then at one point, Killer Bean is the main bean.
Yes.
And God, I hate bean. I feel like I'm saying a slur this whole time, but like
well, no, because they use it in place of the word man.
Right. But it feels really weird for me to be like, yeah, that one bean at the bar. But that's what it is. And they go in. Also, nobody lives in fucking Beantown, which is a city. Nobody lives there except for
us.
We live.
Hi, we're a Boston-based comedy collective here.
We are. I satellite in, but Beantown is just you, bean cops, and the 4 other beans who have lines.
Yes.
And they go into this bar, and it's this weird like
okay, wait, hold on. We have a comment in the chat. Brett noted that my former neighbors were loud music players, and it was not a criminal bean factory. This movie was animated pre-pandemic. These people threw parties while lockdown was in effect. So if a killer bean came to their doorstep, it's because they deserved it.
Right. I think your neighbor might be Jeff Liu, to be honest.
I hope not.
I hope he's doing better. But I don't know about this because because there's the detective who, yeah, the whole fucking movie, it's like, I'm Killer Bean, I'm Dark Bean, I'm Shadow Bean. And then the detective's like, yeah, I'm Detective Cromwell. It's like, why do you have a regular name?
Because that's just the logic of the bean world, David. That's just the logic.
And
David.
And there's a lot of weird gun porno in this movie, but they're beans.
Yes.
And like, it's like that thing where like like hearing the clicking and the stuff of the gun just like gets NRA people hard. Like,
yeah,
it's just.
But there was one scene where the dude said, man, they should just take away all the guns in this country. That's what's wrong with this country. There's too many guns. They should just take away all the guns.
Right.
Except my gun.
I mean, that was kind of funny, admittedly. I can't get over, like, I'm even jumping through it right here. And you know what was maybe the most jarring part of it for me?
Mm-hmm.
The ragdoll physics.
That is a highlight for most people. It's
really, really like, and again, anybody who's played a video game since like 2009 or earlier, probably, like, it's just, it's in every game now where if you kill an enemy, it's just ragdoll and they like flip. And like half the movie, yeah, like the karate fight at the end, like he flies through the air and like the arms, it really seems like he made this on a PlayStation. And even
David, you survived. But here's a major lesson from this movie. Did you notice something?
How racist I am? I don't know what.
No. There were absolutely no women in this film.
Oh my. Now I'm sexist because I didn't notice that. Oh no.
There were no women in this film. This film is a lesson on erasure.
It really is. They don't even talk about any women.
Nope.
This is the Beandell test, is what this movie is.
Usually the films we review, give David a lens into the world of Black culture and Black cinema and everything. We focus on all Black casts and that sort of thing, right. Or just diversity issues in film in general. But here, no women at all in this film. Another lesson on erasure, folks.
Wow.
Yeah, you didn't even notice, right? It's crazy.
I was too busy being upset about all the stereotypes and that this is what my life has come to realize that there weren't any women. Yeah. That's horrible.
Yeah, it's wild. It's pretty wild.
Oh,
go ahead.
Do you think that if a woman on Craigslist volunteered to do this movie, I don't know what he probably told them he was going to pay him $100 and only paid them $30.
Possibly. Legend has it he sunk his life savings into this film. It shows. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he would have written in any female characters, but they are not present at all.
Do you think that he's happy? Do you think Jeff Liu is happy somewhere?
The fact that... Hi,
Angela.
Hi, Angela's here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yay. Yeah. This makes me thrilled. Oh my God. So sorry in advance for some of the fuckery you'll see today. But I think he's happy because there is, an actual series on the Killer Bean YouTube channel now.
Yeah, okay.
I think he's doing okay.
It seems that way. Oh my God. If you Google Jeff Liu, the first one's IMDb, the second one is Jeff Liu Killer Bean Wiki. He's the Killer Bean Wiki came up before Wikipedia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's real. David, I think you need a break. I think you need to come down a little bit because you're a little riled up.
I am a little riled up.
Yeah. So let's take a break. Okay. So real quick, a little music from our house band, and then we'll bring out our guests. So everybody, please sit back and relax. Enjoy some Lover's Lounge. to the window, to the wall, until the sweat drops down my balls. All the bitches crawl, all skeet skeet mother, all skeet skeet dot, all skeet skeet mother, all skeet skeet dot. A 369, damn she fine. Hope she can sock it to me one more time. Get low, get low, get low. All skeet skeet mother. All skeet skeet mother. All skeet 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 skeet. All skeet skeet mother. Get low, get low, get low. All right, Lovers Lounge, everybody. Give it up for them one more time.
Lovers Lounge, yeah. That I really hope that they kick their cigarette thing at some point.
We don't talk about that to the band leader. We let him do his art.
That's true. Lovers Lounge is still the biggest get that this show has.
Honestly, I mean, they canceled their world tour because Rona, but
right.
If we got him,
yeah. If this movie's Castaway, Lovers Lounge is The Raft, you are Tom Hanks, and I am Wilson.
God damn. That hit hard. Hard. Yeah. Thank you to Lovers Lounge. I think if I'm not mistaken, I chatted with the band leader earlier in the week, and I believe he and the rest of the gang are going to get together and do either a compilation of some of the jazz standards that they've done for this show.
Oh, amazing.
At the end of the year. They might be releasing an album. We'll see. But cool. Yeah, that might be in the works. But yeah. So stay tuned for that. Lovers Lounge. They do all the hits from Frank Sinatra to Count Basie, Duke Ellington, Ella Fitzgerald, and Ludacris. So
absolutely.
Let us.
The whole Rat Pack.
Yeah. Let us bring out our guest. I'm so excited for our guest. Aren't you?
Me too. Huge fans of both these people.
Oh my God. Two of just the funniest humans ever and good friends of ours. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to Rob Crean and Gary Peterson.
Hey guys.
Hello. Am I coming in? Hello.
Hi.
Do I look like a DJ that lives at home?
A little bit.
Okay, good.
A little bit. How are you?
Doing great, guys. How are you?
Why did I watch Killer Bean Forever? What?
Rob, are you the same?
Make me watch that movie and then not bring me in for the segment?
Oh no, we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
More?
Yes.
More.
We need to know how you feel.
Yeah. This show goes till 3 a.m. So.
Yeah, Killer Bean Forever is too much effort for not enough effort. It's just, it makes sense that it was just an animator trying to get better at animating, but yeah, it's really it's just very there's just so many just clearly the script was the last thing that he thought about. Second to last thing after including women, which totally makes the whole thing just seems like a cross between the story segments of a 90s video game, just the way children playing sounds, or it's just nothing's really the reality is unstable, and it goes, and the tone is just wildly varies from really serious, intense stuff about governments and shadow organizations, and then the occasional bean pun. But it's so weird how few bean puns there are in it. There's 3, and that's it. And there's 3 jokes. There's the whole thing is, it's kind of it's a joke that it's a serious action movie, and they're these goofy looking beans, but
coffee beans.
But that's the one whole joke of it. But then there's only 3 other jokes in the entire movie.
Okay, well, let me ask you about one that really stood out to me and your thoughts on it. When Killer Bean is at the bar, but he has to use the restroom, And he comes out and he goes, man, that was a double flusher. And the barkeep goes, you only flushed once.
That's a good joke. There's three. All three jokes are good. I like all of them.
Wait, I don't get that. I don't get the joke. It was a big shit, but it went down
so much that he needed to flush 2 times, but only flushed once out of disrespect for the bartender.
And as he walks away, he just shrugs when he gets called out about it.
Okay. What a dick! They brandish guns in this bar, and then he shit all over the toilet.
He kills people for no reason throughout the whole movie. The movie starts, the catalyst for the thing is guys won't turn down their music, so he kills 40 people because the music's a little bit too loud.
Rob, can I add one detail? He kills a group of coordinated coffee bean dancers that also have mob connections.
Yeah.
So let's just clarify that for the audience at home. In case you were confused at all.
It is just another thing about this movie where it seems like it was written by a child. It's like, what do mobsters probably do when they're not actively committing crime? Oh, probably they do choreographed breakdancing.
Well, construction boots, no pants, dance around, shoot each other.
No pants, but legs of pants.
And belts to hold up, no pants.
That also implies, though, that he lives above an abandoned warehouse.
Yeah.
Because he called them I can't sleep.
Well, that's my question. How did he get their number?
Well, yeah. And what is he even there in the first? He's there to do some sort of mission, right? But they were unrelated, though.
Yeah.
He was there to kill Dark Bean.
Yes.
I think if anyone looks for any sort of continuity within the world they build, you're not going to find it. The fact that he lives in an abandoned warehouse above it, but they rent that out.
Right.
So it's not, it just doesn't make sense. But it's a movie.
Local, Killer Bean, as far as I can tell, isn't local to Beantown. He's
no.
there specifically to kill Dark Bean, who's infiltrated Cappuccino's gang.
Right.
And
no, Beantown is a Counter-Strike multiplayer map, pretty much. Yeah. It's just empty warehouses and streets.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're telling me is that you interpreted Killer Bean Forever as just one really long cutscene.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay. On what console?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I haven't played video. I'm so old. I haven't played video games since Miss Pac-Man 2. Pac-Man was so, you don't understand, Pac-Man was so good. And then when they came up with Miss Pac-Man, we were like, oh shit. It was amazing. We couldn't believe that they took Miss Pac-Man and made it better. But yeah, I mean, I guess probably like Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say it gives me Sega Dreamcast energy.
Yeah, it was Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Beancast.
I will admit wholeheartedly that I made it up to about the Asian restaurant where we met Jet Bean.
Yeah.
Who?
Why is everyone so cruel to every person who works in the service industry in this?
It's really upsetting. As a former busboy, I empathize. I did. I got enough of that scene to make myself nauseous on 10 levels. Number one, Jet Bean, the name, to be Jet Li somehow. Yeah. Jet Li is Chinese, but the place they're at is a smorgasbord of Asian appropriation in different cultures. There's like 10 countries in that room. And he has a knot that nobody has had since the 5th century.
Yep.
A knot?
He has a knot on the back of his head that goes down to his, like traditional hair. And
some weird bean assassin being like, I'm going to have a 15th century ceremonial knot. Because where people will be like, that guy's weird.
It was upsetting. It was weird. And then I started to do a little research because I was like, what is this? Yeah. And then I realized Jeff Liu, who wrote, directed, and edited it, voiced Jet Bean, and he's an Asian person that made that So think about this. If you make like a shitty grindhousey like live action movie with Craigslist actors in real life, you know, it might suck and it might be weird, it might be racist, like all this movie is. But to make a 4K third version of this since 1996, he's made like multiple versions, and to be doing it yourself and to be animating and voicing something that is just so off of your own culture made me like, I quit. I was like, I can't do anymore.
I get it. We're not joking when we say these are the bad film of the week.
It's just like, who's it for? Because it's like anyone that's above 12 years old would just be like, this is so stupid. And yet it's way too violent for anyone that young. But then again, it does have 21 million views. So I guess I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, someone in the chat said they monetized the shit out of this movie. And I think that's what it was. Two things come together. A, this guy does not care. He's been, a visual effects artist stuck in a room. I used to be a post production editor. So it's just rooms with no lights, no windows for 20 hours a day. And then they're like, you got to work overtime because the system crashed. So he hasn't talked to anyone since maybe 1992. And then he makes
He's literally forgotten that women exist.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, it shows.
It really.
Nothing outside these walls is real.
And it just is this miss of a movie that has a 95% Rotten Tomatoes rating.
So crazy.
Oh.
Yeah, well, because it's like it feels so homemade that it's hard to hate it, really, because it's like, it's a guy just putting a lot, though not enough, putting a lot of work into a thing. It's just that's the thing I keep coming back to, is it's too much work for not enough work. Like he shouldn't have done. He should have just hired someone off Craigslist to write a script.
Well, the go-to place now is Fiverr because people have feelings about Craigslist.
Oh, really? What's up with Craigslist? And what's up with Fiverr?
It's full of sex.
Yeah.
I thought
Rob, do not pick up that coffee table. I
gotta go check out Craigslist. It's full of sex.
Well, we're just here to facilitate love on this show. So David's typical rating system is the scale of how guilty he feels as a white person after watching some of these films. How would you rate this film? What kind of scale would you rate it on?
I don't know. I mean, it didn't make me feel that bad. It's like, it's bad, but it was honestly like relatively captivating. Like it was fun enough. It's not good at all, but it wasn't like, there's so many movies where you just sit through them and they're tedious. And this was not, it was surprisingly untedious for how valueless it is, It really kind of moves,
Okay, so here we've got a grading scale. How many pairs of pants does this movie get on a scale of 1 to 5 pairs of pants?
I'm gonna say also Tina Talent said start an OnlyFans. I would say start an Only Beans for this, but
David, that's disgusting. 1
pair of pants. I'm gonna say 1 pair of pants for Jeff Liu because I feel like he might not be able to afford any.
I think he's doing great, man. He's got 21 million views on a video that has like 7 ad breaks. Where I don't know your ads. What were your ads? My ads were a lady making coffee drinks.
Oh my god, I got
this.
Oof. Go ahead.
Hey guys, what's wrong? I'm gonna make. This is a drink that I'm making. First, you gotta cut out with.
I have an ad blocker, so I'm taking money away from him.
Oh
wow,
yeah.
Smart. Tookie, I cut you off. What were you gonna say? And then
no. Go ahead.
Well, on my scale of white guilt, on a scale of Matthew McConaughey in A Time to Kill, all the way up to The Blind Side, I would say this didn't make me feel anything bad. It just made me feel like we have to stop we have to start doing the participation award of like it's so bad it's good. Like certain movies have love in my heart for filling that void, but at the same time, if that, like, say The Room is a piece of shit. It's not a good movie. Every scene starts with "Oh hi." It's a lot of that. And but the guy did make a movie, and then a movie about a movie got made that got Academy Award. It's like the interesting thing about that was like the thing that had nothing to do with the guy. This has almost nothing interesting in it, and it is a 4K kind of animated masterpiece in a way of like he makes Beans look kind of cool at points.
It's well done,
but
it's well animated.
But it's a miss on a total, like you pole vault across and land in a volcano.
See,
this is so bad.
My thing about bad movies is like I like The Room as a bad movie because I like a bad movie where it's a person trying to make a good movie and failing completely. But this is more like Sharknado or something like that, where where Sharknado was like clearly like they're like, let's make a piece of shit. People will watch it ironically. And this isn't quite as bad as Sharknado because I don't think that's exactly what this guy did.
No,
he did. It is bad because of lack of effort. The Room is bad because it's made by an insane person. This is bad because he just didn't put enough work into the script. And clearly, and it feels like he knew he didn't put enough work in. And obviously, that's not what he does. He's a visual effects artist. But just you got access to Craigslist. So punch up the script.
And Rob and I work on many levels together. We understand what each other say and interpret it. What Rob is saying is, if Tommy Wiseau made this movie, I think it would be a hit. It would be a cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Cappuccino. How are you?
That's the thing. Is like this movie it moves pretty quick. Whereas The Room, everything in The Room takes forever, and you're like, why is this like this? Is that the same sex scene twice? Like it's it's insane. And this movie is like its competence makes it worse, kind of.
It's official. My son has been shot by a bean. Everything's a matter of fact.
Right.
I don't know.
How's your bean life?
Anyway, I don't think we need to make any movies anymore that have garbage stereotypes and the asterisk saying like, well, but it's supposed to be a shitty action movie. Like, well, it can be, but why do you have to have you have an Asian accent because the person is Asian? Sure, but then they don't have any thoughts or idea of what they're doing, and they're stupid. It's essentially like it's the same premise as like terrible comedy stuff that you watch now, and you're like, Jesus Christ, what were you trying to do? I was trying to be funny, make fun of it, but you had no point. You were just trying to be an asshole towards people.
Yeah,
it never is good.
Yeah,
toward a people, not just if it was one person who was an asshole, sure. But it just is like, this is the business owner, and it's fucking horseshit.
Gary, you have feelings.
Yeah,
I do.
I definitely don't think the stereotypes in this are in any way intended to like make a point or be funny or any. I think they're just like, he's just like these are like the types of things that are in a movie. Like that's so much of this feels like just him being like, what's in a movie? Oh, like something like this. This is in a movie. You know, it's like a person who doesn't understand people, just pulling elements and creating a movie out of thin air.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, Gary, before we move on to our final segment, how do you rate it? 1 to 5 pairs of pants?
Is 1 bad and 5 good?
Yeah.
I would say half a pant leg that's on fire disappearing.
I'd say 4 pant legs, but then a naked bean under.
3 pant legs, but they're all made by Trump's company.
Right. Yeah.
Good. Woo! Love that. That was our bad film. Thank you for your sacrifice, Mary.
Rob watched the whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Rob.
And now our final segment of the evening. It's a quick game, kind of rapid fire. What's your deal? So you guys get to pick numbers 1 through 8. And we're just going to ask you. Yeah, we're going to deal you out some questions with those numbers. So
how many numbers do we pick?
Shout out. Pick a random one. So Gary, pick a number.
4.
Ooh. Oh, this is a recurring favorite on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So Gary, you're gonna have to tell me if the item I name is a cat from the musical Cats, a demon, or an item from the Cheesecake Factory menu. You ready?
Yes, I'll try.
All right. Steak medallions.
Cheesecake Factory menu.
Cheesecake Factory. Asparagus.
Cheesecake Factory menu.
That is a cat from the musical Cats.
Wait, there's one answer for each?
Yes.
I can't reuse. Okay, that makes sense now. Sorry.
Okay, crab cakes.
Cheesecake Factory menu.
Cheesecake Factory, yes. Glam burger.
Cheesecake Factory menu.
Cheesecake Factory, yes. Griddle bone.
Cats.
That is from Cats, yes. Wellness salad.
My doctor keeps recommending it. Cheesecake Factory menu.
That is Cheesecake Factory, yes. Dumbala.
Say again?
Dumbala.
What was my third option?
A demon.
Demon.
That is a demon, correct. Grisabella.
Cats.
That is a cat, yes. Beelzebub.
Demon.
That is a demon.
But also Cheesecake Factory menu. if you know who designed it, and you can, that's why it disappears in smoke, and the waiters always walked away with "good choice."
Okay.
And it costs $1,000.
Yes.
Yes.
Every time. Mr. Mistopheles.
Cats.
That
Come
is
on.
a cat. Yes. Skimbleshanks.
Can you say it again without as much enthusiasm?
Skimbleshanks.
Wait, let's take that one more time.
God damn it, Gary.
Pretend it's a disease that I have, and you have to break it to me.
Skimbleshanks.
I'm gonna say cats, but
That
I
is
have
a
no
cat
clue.
from the musical Cat.
Yeah.
All right. Sekhmet.
Demon.
That is a demon. Correct. Rumple teaser.
Cats.
That is a cat. Yes. Factory nachos.
Rumple Caesar's also my butthole name.
Oh,
Cheesecake Factory.
that is. You were about to say cat.
The song for that is just a plug for every location. Free bread at each location. All
right. Abaddon.
Demon.
That is a demon. Old Deuteronomy.
Old Deuteronomy. Cats.
That is a cat. You have made it through that round.
Well done.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know every demon, apparently. Jesus Christ.
Oh, boy. All right, Rob, pick a number.
6.
All right, David.
Rob, what's better? Thanksgiving leftovers or the HBO series The Leftovers?
I don't care for either of them, I guess. But I guess Thanksgiving leftovers. I like my Thanksgiving leftovers, but I don't eat turkey or anything. So,
what do you eat on Thanksgiving?
I this year I had a holiday loaf, which was a lot of fun. We've been singing a song about it all week. One nation under a loaf. It's made from all of the holidays. Such a Parliament song.
And the shape of it that you made.
Oh yeah, we had one big loaf and then 2 smaller loaves that we shaped them like a dick.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a 2-flusher. Well, okay.
Turkey with the duck.
Yeah, the leftovers. I couldn't get through it. It was too bleak. Too bleak. For me. There needs to be some light.
All right, deal out the next number, David.
Yeah, Gary, pick a number. We've done 4 and we have done 6.
2.
All righty, Gary. This is square up. I'm going to give you I'm going to give you a bunch of pairs, and in each pair, you're going to tell me who would win in a fight. Okay?
Do I have to tell you why?
You certainly do.
Okay.
All right. Chester Cheetah versus Joe Camel.
Joe Camel, he would put a cigarette out on his penis.
That's an image.
Chester Cheetah's one weakness. All right. Black Friday shoppers versus toilet paper hoarders.
Toilet paper hoarders. They obviously have nothing to lose.
All right. Baby Yoda versus Baby Groot.
Baby Yoda. He can move things with his mind, and he's a superior character, even though I do love Groot. R.I.P.
All righty. Dr. Phil versus Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman.
Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. You're going to think this is not the case because of her size and stature, but you have to remember that she's in the frontier times, and her husband, who is played by a white guy, is a Native American. So I imagine she has some skills. Rob, you have a flashlight going on behind you.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's weird. I thought you were being broken. Rob's gonna get stolen during the show.
The shadow organization.
Right. Somebody's breaking into the window right in front of Rob. And I don't think he's noticed yet. All right. Last one. Killer Bean versus Wu-Tang Killer Bees.
Wu-Tang, because they ain't nothing to fuck with. Come on.
Well done. That's some square up.
All right, Rob, pick a number.
8.
Ooh, number 8. That is a David question.
Rob, you have 6 apples, and Tookie takes 4 away. How many are left over?
2.
Correct.
David, what?
Give him one gotta go. Give him a more fun.
I love that all of Gary's questions are like 8-part things where he gets to do a lot of fun, interesting things. And mine are all like, yes or no? Do you like to sit or stand?
Rob, have you done your taxes for the 2019 year?
Yes
or no?
Rob's on a witness stand for these questions.
Okay, Rob.
Yeah, give him
This
that.
is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna play One Gotta Go. This is question number 1, so that number's eliminated. So you got to tell me which one you'd keep and which one has to go away forever. Okay. All right. One gotta go. Cold pizza or warm beer?
I don't do either of those things. I don't drink and I don't eat cheese. But as far as I remember, cold pizza is pretty good, and warm beer is not as good as cold pizza, but it's still pretty good. It's still beer.
What's gotta go?
I guess gotta go. I don't know. Warm beer, I guess.
Okay.
Good choice.
Good, right? I mean, I haven't eaten like actual cheese pizza in over 20 years, but from what I recall, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Respectable. All right. One gotta go. Sloppy seconds or street meat?
Sloppy seconds?
They're a breakdancing group. They're in front of Faneuil Hall every week.
Is that like the? But what do you mean? Can I get clarification on sloppy seconds?
The after spit of someone else who you may or may not have, David, you explain.
Wait, I think we have different definitions for sloppy seconds. Isn't sloppy seconds like say 2 people have sex and then one of them leaves and then you come in and then you are the second person to have sex with that person?
David, that's a train. That's not.
But he's sloppy seconds in the train.
I'll look this up for us.
No, like there is a period of time between when someone else hooks up with like your friend and then you hook up with that person.
I don't care about that. I'd hook up with someone the next day. It's not our property. I don't care.
Okay, so
I don't eat meat. So street meat is gross. But I love a street falafel. I love a falafel cart falafel.
Oh yes, agreed. All right.
It's an Australian phrase, sometimes used butter bun. It's a slang for when a man has sexual intercourse with a female or male partner who's already received another man's penis in the relevant orifice and is therefore wet or quote unquote sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is leftovers week.
I'm fine with this.
Okay.
I'm extremely sex positive.
Yeah.
And we support that here. We do. Okay. Salem, Massachusetts, or Salem the cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch? One gotta go.
Oh, Salem, Massachusetts. It's a terrible town.
Ooh. Robbie, I just got his book there.
Yeah, Salem is terrible. They have terrible drivers. It's just not a cool town. It's also like a whole town that has like built itself up, its whole economy around murders of innocent women that didn't even happen there, but they're taking responsibility for murders that happened in Danvers, but it's like a terrible thing to make your living on because it's murders.
Yes. Okay, one gotta go. Road apples or pork barrels?
I mean, I think road apples should go eventually. I think you can leave them there. But pork barrels, it sounds, I don't even know what that is, but it sounds gross to me. So we can deal with the road apples a little bit longer. Get rid of that fucking disgusting sounding pork barrel.
Yeah, that is government waste.
Oh, yeah, get rid of that. Sure.
Hell yeah.
Pork barrel spending.
Yeah.
And then lastly, one gotta go. The Masked Singer or The Mask starring Jim Carrey?
Oh man, I would offer a third option, which is Son of the Mask, starring
Jamie Kennedy.
I've never seen The Masked Singer. People seem to like it. The Mask is a very bad movie, and I think that I wish that someone had tried to stop him.
We all do. David, you want to answer the last question?
To do that, and no one did.
No one asked for it, but he did it anyway. Oh, and
he asked for someone to try and stop him.
He did. A fun fact: there is a chain of clubs in Latin America, specifically in Cancun, a lot of them, called the Coco Bongo, and their whole theme is based around the club from The Mask, and Jim Carrey allegedly owns a few of those properties. Wow. Allegedly.
Huh.
I'd believe it. He seems insane.
Yeah, why
David, you are dealing out our last question. So, Gary, pick a number.
What's left? One's gone.
Mm-hmm. You can
3?
Yeah, 3 is available.
Let's do it.
Okay. Also, I'm glad we gave Rob Convince Me because I felt so bad that Gary got those, and then Rob got my stupid leftover number question. So I'm sorry, Rob. But anyways, all right, Gary, you're gonna have to convince me. I'm gonna give you a question, and you're gonna have to pick one answer and convince me why that is. Okay?
Okay.
Gary, who do you think has more black friends, McGruff the crime dog or Macklemore?
I used to live with a guy in Cambridge on Sherman Street who looked a lot like Macklemore. And I'll tell you something. He didn't have one friend of color. Not Asian, not a Latino or Latina. I felt that him not paying rent was a bad sign in our first month that he lived there. But more concerning to me was the lack of acceptance that I saw in his eyes. It was like looking into the soul of Governor George Wallace. So what I will say is that McGruff the crime dog must have more black friends, as he is a trying, caring individual. I know he's fictional, but he's out there trying to warn the kids. And, you know, even though police are not, McGruff is not a cop. He's a community leader, much like Smokey the Bear, who is a state, not federal ranger. They're just trying to help within the system that they can't possibly know to control, because he's got a very basic education, you know, community college, and he's wearing those raincoats because, you know, he's got that deficiency in his knees, but he's just trying his best. And I think McGruff is clearly a person who is not only more accepting, but doesn't even need to qualify anything like that. He just lives the way it is, treat everyone equally. That's what I see with McGruff. Macklemore, again, I know this is based, I don't know anything about him other than he looked like a roommate I had, but I just don't trust him. I don't feel like he's a good human being. When he left, he said goodbye, and I said, yeah, and that was it. That was the last time we spoke. So that's my answer.
Okay.
That's the most heartfelt answer we've ever had.
Point for McGruff. That is Gary Skimbleshanks.
That'll be my Boston Comedy Festival intro. I'm typing it out online if anybody wants to write my bio for me.
Alrighty. And last one. Gary, Mitt Romney famously said that hot dogs are his favorite meat. Convince me that Mormons are okay.
Can Rob and I do this together?
Yes.
You sure can.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Rob and I have been across this country doing our show, co-host to co-host with Creaney and the Gipper, nearly every Saturday since the pandemic started. Rob, what type of folks have we met out there?
We've met all sorts of folks. We've met fat folks, skinny folks, folks that climb on rocks, even folks with chickenpox. And the thing that we've learned is that Americans are Americans, whether they be, one of the more old-fashioned religions, Judaism, Catholicism, or one of the new religions like Scientology or Latter-day Saints, and
or CrossFit, whatever they believe, we respect, because Rob and I are men of faith. We don't need to flaunt it. We don't need to put it around. I mean, just because somebody doesn't eat a certain thing or doesn't follow a certain way doesn't mean you have to treat them any differently. Rob and I almost could be Mormon for the way we live.
So true.
We both rarely drink. We're both Mitt Romney. We're both we believe in the statue of Moroni and the prophet Joseph Smith, who revealed his hieroglyphics in the what would be the Deseret. Deseret. But yeah, we have a lot in common with those people.
Did you start believing that Black people could go to heaven in 1972?
I was born in 87, but I am an old school Mormon. So I said, no, I really, I know that religions have always excluded people of everything. And I think that's part of the faith thing is, the faith is designed in a rough way sometimes, and it helps people on some levels. And then it can, take for what you will, what the word good means, but a system of faith can grow and expand. I mean, the Catholic and Christian church, and I just found out I was Jewish about 3 months ago when I wasn't getting booked anywhere. And, I've been trying to, learn about my past and my people. I found this out, my Jewish roots. We were run out of Sicily because we were Jewish, and my family didn't talk about it until 2020.
Wow.
Because we didn't know. My ancestors hid it. So I think hating people for whatever, I don't think you think all Mormons are the same, because I know quite a few have done good shows in Utah. Rob, probably poster child of Mormonism right now. Doesn't drink.
I believe lies. That's how I choose to live my life, and I think that's the difference between Mormonism and more old-fashioned religions. More old-fashioned religions come from these traditions that are, hundreds of years old, and so it seems like maybe in the past there was some truth that you can't really quite grasp. Whereas Mormonism is so new, it's so obvious that it's fake. And yet choosing to ignore that fact and believe it because it makes your life better is really the American way. Look, this is the problem with almost this is the problem with Christianity. We all love Jesus, right?
Whoa, hang on. I'm Jewish now.
No, I don't.
There's always been a problem with Jesus. There's always been a problem with Jesus. And you know what it is? Not American. Mormonism fixes that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They make him American.
Problem solved. I'm convinced.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to make a bean-themed movie to express that. Bringing it back.
Beans is correct.
Oh my God.
Just
well, this is what we do on the Rehash. We've just learned. We've all just been educated, and we've all been imbued with the knowledge of the American way.
That's right.
Yes.
And just because someone believes something you don't doesn't mean they're not cool. Like, Rob and I have very differing beliefs,
Yeah, I mean, my philosophy is I believe the last thing that I've been told.
Oh.
So,
all right.
And my philosophy is I only tell lies to Rob.
One of us only tells lies, and one of us only tells the truth. See if you can figure out which one by asking us one question.
Oh, how does that go? Rob, if I asked Gary if his door went to heaven, what would he tell me?
He would just go like this.
That's a good impression. Rob's a commercial actor.
Yeah,
I do know that. That's a fun fact.
He plays Dad Falling.
This is what I mainly do in commercials. I'm mainly a guy in an office who goes like this.
You really do look exasperated there.
Yeah.
I believe in your performance. Well, that was what's your deal? Okay, well, I feel enlightened. I think I've changed. I think I've embraced the gospel of chimble skanks.
All we are saying is Jimbo Skanks dance.
All right, Rob and Gary, do you have anything to plug for our audience? Where can they find you?
We both have albums on deadmellow.com, and we do a show called Co-Host to Co-Host every Saturday, except for this week. We're taking a week off for the holiday. We do it live on the Anderson Comedy page on Facebook, and then I spend about 12 to 15 hours per episode editing them down to an hour, and those are all on youtube.com/Anderson Comedy.
Yeah, and we'd love to have Tookie or Hilarious. You're doing the festival, I heard, right? You're going to be doing. Are you in the Boston Comedy Festival, or did I make that up?
That is untrue. So.
Well, we need people with credits then. David, are you doing any festival?
Oh, I'm not. No.
Oh, all right. Well, if you guys have any guests that have anything good, they can come on our show. Yeah. No, you both should do it. It's a different show.
We'd love to have you on, and David, it's great to see you.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll bring better credits next time.
Yeah, we it's an improvised type show where we do things on the spot. You don't come on and do material. We just have a lot of fun. Rob and I write a lot of silly, stupid crap every week, and we invite people that we think are funny and trust, and they come on like you guys both would obviously be good guests.
Yeah.
We both have albums.
Mess the entire time you're doing it, but then I'll edit it and make it seem okay.
Yeah, Rob puts it in 4K and everybody's animated, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then my Chinese accent comes on,
right?
And boy, what a turn!
Wow.
But I also have a podcast, Death by Comedy, with Chris Walsh, where we talk about the horrible, terrible times of comedy that used to be. And I have the Boston Comedy Festival this week, and that I'll hopefully either be eliminated immediately or win it all.
Gary.
Cheers.
And I'm hosting a show on the Boston Comedy Festival this week, and hopefully I'll move on to the next to host another.
I think you got a good chance this year, Rob.
Oh my goodness, Rob and Gary, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having
me.
us.
So good having you. Thank you again for your sacrifice of.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for what you guys do. This was lovely.
Yeah,
really
thanks.
All right. Thank you so much. Viewers, thank you for sticking around. And as your reward, I present to you the trailer for next week's Bad Film of the Week.
You got served.
It's time to see which one of these crews y'all like the best. All right, let's do this. Party people, your dreams have now been fulfilled. Get out your seats and let's get ill. We're not just rock, it's Project Blow. Seems to me like the money in the hat goes to David and Ed.
They were the best of friends.
I know you better than anybody.
Taylor boys.
What's up? I'm not like you, B. I can't just sit around and dream.
Their crew was unstoppable.
We just got a $5,000 challenge from some rich kid out of Orange County. Let's do this again sometime. What's the matter with you? No fight! You just mad. Because tonight you suckers got served. Tell me last night you mad. How the hell we lose 5 G's in 10 minutes, man? So, Rick, the big bounce, that's what's up. $50,000. Yes, man, just enough money to change our life.
Now,
Hey! What you doing with Leah? Calm down. So, my mama, you ain't getting with my sister. He's playing you, Leah. Now stay away from her. Don't be talking to her like that.
if they want their shot,
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Lala at the Big Bounce. We got the hottest crews competing for $50,000.
they'll have to come together.
You're not gonna win this,
Oh boy.
and you know it.
David ain't getting down with my crew no matter what. Wish you the best of luck, all right, bro? We need David, and we need to do it as a team. Look, we don't have David.
This is crew against crew, just like we do it on the streets.
Are you funny now? But you won't be when we get on the floor. It's showtime!
Y'all gotta do whatever I say. Y'all gotta do whatever I say. Y'all gotta do, y'all do.
How straight you want us to get?
You know how I like it, baby. Straight hood.
Yeah. The Joy of Dance, a 3-part series.
There will be no joy in this. I had no idea Steve Harvey was so prominent in the first You Got Served movie.
Yes, he was. He
Wow.
was. Special shout out to Soda Drinker Pro, first time viewer who had seen me apparently do a show a couple days ago. Thank you so much for joining. Glad you're here. This movie is peak 2004. It is available to you to watch if you have Amazon Prime Video. So check it out on there. And also on Tubi TV, if I'm not mistaken. If you Google it, I think there is a way to watch it on your computer. But if not, definitely check it out on Amazon Video. You Got Served.
I sure am about to be.
Are you going to be okay, David?
You know, it's just another year off my life every week. So.
Oh, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps David out because with every like and share, it helps restore a little bit of David's lifeblood, which he loses every time he watches one of these movies. He gets grayer with each episode. So please help him out by telling a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to come and watch this show.
Absolutely. And definitely check out everything Rob and Gary plug. They're two of my favorites and two great guys and hilarious. And definitely please do that.
Yes, we love you. Tune in, same time, same place next week. We'll be here and we love you.
Bye.